Our family is going on a Texas-sized adventure, and we're taking you along for this wild ride. Join us as we road trip deep into the heart of Texas, where we're going to explore some of the coolest spots the Texas Hill Country has to offer.
Really quick, we want to share with you a new product in the fragrance category. If you've heard of Scentbird, Drift is their new sister company and creates air care products for your car and home. All materials they use are sustainable and their scents are made with natural essential and fragrance oils. I got their scent of the month, Après, and I was really surprised with how much I actually liked the scent. It's a perfect scent for the cooler months, and to me it has this rich woodsy scent that reminds me of being in the mountains. Their car products include stone freshener, wood freshener, and a metal one. For home, they have candles, reeds, and home sprays. Drift is truly a one-stop shop to make your home and car smell amazing. What's cool about their car fresheners is that you can get them as a monthly subscription. First, you receive a starter kit with a clip and scent. And then you can just get monthly refills, as they recommend changing it every 30 days. The best part is their scent of the month, which features a new limited edition scent. They're inspired by the season and the memories and emotions attached to it. With scenting an environment, nose blindness becomes a real thing, so Scent of the Month also gives you some variety, so it's something new for your nose every month. Their subscription is very flexible. You can change your scent choice, your delivery frequency, or cancel your subscription anytime you like. If you're interested in trying out Drift, be sure to use my coupon code DIYWife55 to get 55% off your first month. And now let's jump into today's video.
If you're gonna pack your whole family up and go on a long road trip, you might as well pick a beautiful day to do it. But of course, before you take a trip, you have to pack for a trip. And with a family of 6, that is no small task. It all starts with the bags, and then of course, what's a trip without trip snacks? And if you're gonna film this whole adventure, then you've gotta bring a bunch of camera equipment too. Now, I know what you're thinking. This looks like a lot of stuff to fit in the back of a minivan. But don't fear, our minivan has proven time and time again that there's a lot more room in there than you think.
We got a full island in here. Let's get this Anaconda in here. I think we could fit a Dean in here. We're definitely getting some stares. People like, I don't know about this. We are in. Oh, boys.
So after loading up all of our luggage and then loading up all of our kids, we were finally ready to start our epic adventure. But not before Andrea pulled some of her typical shenanigans.
I got these. The kids are
Stop! That's it, I'm staying home. Okay, you can figure out this trip on your own.
So on the road and headed out of town, spirits were definitely high.
All right, who's excited about going to the hill country? Woo!
Our drive through the Texas Hill Country would take just over 2.5 hours, plus another hour or so for stops.
Sometimes you gotta go.
And on a drive through the Texas countryside, you're bound to see a few Texas staples, like cows.
Well, I wanna take a ride in the wheelbarrow in your mind. Take me all around.
And horses.
Taking places where you spend your time. Ain't no place I'd
Texas is a big state and there is a lot of farmland.
I wanna take a ride in the wheelbarrow in your mind. I come and sit down with me in a rocking chair. Coffee pot is nice and hot. We can sit in our underwear. Tell me about the
And where there's farms, there's bound to be tractors.
fish in the sea. Come sit down with me in a rocking chair.
And as an added bonus, it's springtime, so the Texas wildflowers are out in force. But I don't want you to get the impression that Texas is all country. We have big cities too. We plan to pit stop for lunch in Austin, the state capital of Texas. Austin is home to thousands of incredible restaurants, but we were just passing through, and so we hit one of our go-to fast and easy stops.
Hey, Andrea.
Ordering for a herd gets expensive, huh?
So after waving goodbye to the capital, we were back on the road again. Until an emergency potty need struck.
Dad, can we stop?
While we were stopped, I went ahead and got some gas, and finally we were officially back on the road. But having been in the car for a few hours already, the kids started to get restless, and so they started taking some video footage, which got increasingly weird. Thankfully, a short time later, we entered into the hill country of Texas, and it was beautiful. And finally, after half a day of travel, we arrived at our Airbnb in the woods. We met Andrea's sister there, who the kids know as their beloved Aunt Laura. So after lots of warm hugs, it was time to unload and check out the accommodations. This place was cool. It had beautiful bedrooms, big open living spaces, and best of all, a pool.
I don't think so.
Do we have enough food or no? Or...
I mean, if we're staying for 2 weeks, yes, for sure.
After lots of swimming and enjoying a beautiful sunset, it was time for a gourmet spaghetti dinner prepared by our friends Michael and Akila, who had gotten into town just a little bit earlier with their kids. We finished the night off with some delicious s'mores around the fire, and then put everyone to bed because we had big adventures ahead of us. The next morning was cool, crisp, and beautiful.
Morning. As you can tell, I'm a big morning person, but I tell you what, the sunrise is worth the effort.
We started the day off with a delicious breakfast.
You ready for breakfast?
And then the kids couldn't help themselves to playing one more board game. But finally, everyone loaded up and we headed off to our first hill country destination.
It's like a roller coaster. It's so fun, huh?
Yeah.
Today's adventure would lead us to Pedernales Falls State Park. So after a quick potty break and showing our kids how cool they actually look when doing the gritty, our big group gathered up and started the hike down to the Pedernales Falls River Basin. Pedernales Falls features pools of water carved out of limestone, which creates a really unique and really beautiful maze of stone and water. Our kids absolutely love it here because it's basically like a giant jungle gym made out of stone. And this is a special kind of freedom for an 8-year-old.
Whoa!
Don't fall in there.
After lots of climbing and exploring, we settled down for a quick lunch break. But it didn't last long because our kids jumped right back into it. As a young family, we have to give this place a 9 out of 10 for all around fun and adventure. The kids love climbing and exploring, and we love how much activity they're getting and how beautiful it is. This spot's just about 30 minutes outside of Austin, so if you ever plan to be in the area, we would highly recommend a visit. So finally, after hours of play and exploration, we made the hike back to our car and then drove back to the Airbnb. But today's adventures weren't over, because it was time to give our 10-year-old his first drone flying lesson.
Son, if you're gonna fly this drone, there's 3 things you need to know. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Give her a rip, son.
I would say he did pretty amazing for his first time flying this drone, and who knows, maybe we'll have a new drone pilot in the family here soon.
You're gonna have to move. Come on, I wanna see us. Where are we? There we are. All right, now go get a shot of the pool. He's taking an alternate route here. There's the pool, nice, nice. And then we'll do like a rise away into glory shot, you know?
Son, you're done well. You didn't crash. Good job.
We finished up the night with some delicious fajitas, more s'mores around a warm campfire, and a nighttime splash in the hot tub before heading off to bed.
Where are we going today?
Enchanted Rock.
Enchanted Rock!
Woo!
Now you might be asking, what's Enchanted Rock? Essentially, it's a giant hill made entirely out of pink granite.
Hello.
Guys, all right, do y'all have a reservation?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, just stay over here right behind this black truck right
Left
now.
side.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Preparing to summit.
So after parking and gathering the crew, we were ready to start our journey to the top of Enchanted Rock. And with a peak elevation of 1,825 feet, Enchanted Rock might as well be Mount Everest to a 5-year-old.
Dude, are we trying to climb Everest today or what?
Ashley, look how high. Squeeze my hand a little bit tighter when you turn around.
Our little ones were absolutely crushing and loving this climb.
We still have nurses, so you do have to walk down.
We're almost up to the top.
We're almost there, big man. You can make it. Can you do it?
Yeah.
And finally, after lots of steep climbing, we made it to the top. We unpacked our lunches and ate on top of this beautiful granite mountain. But we didn't anticipate how windy it would be.
So windy.
We're up here on the summit. The oxygen's definitely thinner up here. It's probably about 20,000 feet, I would guess. So it's getting cold.
We started our long downhill trek to the bottom, and at times it almost felt like we were on a different planet. One of the cool things about Enchanted Rock is that there's all these different rock formations up and down the mountain that you can stop and climb on. Once we got back down to the campsite, we refueled with some snacks and football. For our second adventure of the day, we decided to hike one of the trails that goes all the way around Enchanted Rock, and there was lots of cool things to see along the way. But with a few miles of hiking already under our belts, the little ones started to fade and needed some assistance. After consulting our official trail guide and yes, another snack break,
That's one way to do it.
we got back on the trail and things started to get really cool. This trail takes you through a unique mix of rock formations, rugged vegetation, and single-track trails that give you incredible views of Enchanted Rock. The last leg of the trail led us out from between two granite hills and back to the campsite where we celebrated our full day of hiking with snow cones. Then, after a long and tired drive home... Nah, I'm just kidding. I had one eye open. It was time to finish off the day with some epic swimming. And of course, everyone begged for Dad to get in and play. The next morning, we embarked on a long, rainy drive, and when we finally made it home, we had an extra dose of gratitude because even though we loved our adventure, there's just no place like home. So we hope you've enjoyed going on this Texas-sized adventure with our family, and we hope this video inspires you to go out and do something special, do something adventurous, and do it with the people you love most.
Thanks again to Drift for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check out the link in the description below.